Here we go, boys. We are in draft for game 2 of playoffs, where we got QUB Quokkas and TUD Daredevils, and it looks like we're starting this off on the different foot as QUB Quokkas on the blue side this time around, which is a different one than last time. And we're going to start draft off here with a new bounce. Squavo, what are we thinking?
Ban Mongolian Yeti is Nunu. That's step 1 complete. Step 2 complete. Maybe ban the Jarvan because he looked like an absolute monster on that champion, and he has done throughout the tournament. I think it's super, super potent. It opens up so many options for the TD Daredevils to operate, and so many exploitations as well with how easy that is. But they've decided to adapt and ban the Orianna instead of banning the Jarvan. So they're going to leave the Jarvan up, but going to take away half of that 1-2 punch.
I don't know how I feel about the Orianna ban. I still think you could have probably B1'd Orianna and banned Jarvan and still ended up with a pretty decent draft. But yeah, it's some interesting adaptations there. They're hovering the Yuumi ban. I don't think they banned that last game.
No, I think they might be saying a quick hello to the chat there with the Yumi hovers. They do go for the Azir instead, taking out Jojo GA's Emperor of the Sands. So yeah, they're gonna be they've done their research, they know it, and we are seeing Mumu hovers as well. They're playing up to the chat a little bit, and you know what, we appreciate that here as well. You know, they know that there's people watching them, and it goes to the Zillion ban instead. So that's pretty standard from QB. They do take the Orianna away. So they did change one of their bans, but it looks as if TUD are going with Plan A yet again.
They do have the Jarvan up, so I'm not sure if QB Quacks are thinking, okay, we can take the Jarvan first rotation, or they have a counter pick in mind. But we kind of knew that there was going to be a Jarvan picked for the Daredevils last game, so I'm kind of shocked QB have left it up this time again. Maybe they've something better prepared for this, but yeah, I don't know what Lewy's thinking here. Maybe there is something he can do, but I don't know what you're thinking here. Let's see what QB think themselves. They're gonna hover the jar. Yeah, there you go. First pick Jarvan.
Yeah, okay, that's clever. They take it away from Yeti, but you know, if I know Yeti, I think if he knows how to play the Jarvan, he knows how to answer the Jarvan as well. But we'll have to see how he performs. He did rely on it pretty heavily in the last game, and he's gonna have to do a bit of an adaptation here. But Ben Tennyson, they put him back on the side, and they have an option of a Rakan that they didn't have last game. They're gonna take it.
Rakan Zaya getting locked in for Daredevils there is pretty interesting. I really liked the Leona last game. This time they said, no, we're going to go full E-Dater bot lane with the Zaya Rakan. We're going to get the old empowered recalls off here. We're going to be the full cringe compilation. But yeah, TD going to lock that in there. Kind of interesting because it does kind of not going to be great into Jarvan. Jarvan will do bits. I also think Rakan can do bits as well. So yeah, and we do see Alistair getting locked in there for QB Quokkas. Not sure what they're going to pair it with, or what they should pair it with, really. I don't think the Ezreal did much last game. And here we go again. It's a Seraphine pick. That could be Seraphine mid. I don't think they want to pair that one on Alistair, though.
Yeah, it's kind of the same idea as the Orianna, right? But instead of going in a circle like you would with the Jarvan ulti, you're going in a straight line. So really, it's only kind of a single target wombo combo unless you get lucky. But the Hecarim there in response to the Jarvan, that's a Mongolian Yeti special as well. But yeah, as I was saying, it's more of a straight line kind of a catch for the Seraphine. So they are looking to wombo combo. They're going to be able to find a single target. It's just a matter of who and whether or not they pick the correct one. But yeah, the Hecarim um, is an interesting one. I think it's we haven't seen much of it, right? In the Ireland Esports Collegiate Series, but I do think that it is exciting to see. I really love watching Hecarim gameplay, and I think Mongolian Yeti is the perfect man to introduce it to us.
Did Hecarim's splash get changed? Did that get changed recently?
Yeah, in like it was like I don't know, 2 months ago maybe.
Really? I guess people just been playing skins so much, I've completely forgotten the champs exist. That, or I don't think we've actually seen it at the, as you were saying earlier, at the Ireland
Yeah,
Esports Collegiate
I don't
Series.
think we have. I don't think we have, and I think
Because that
Mongolian
is a
Yeti
really
is.
nice splash art. Oh my god.
You know what? He did send me a cheeky message wondering if he wants to throw for content. And you know what? If it's gonna be Hecarim, it's gonna be Hecarim. And we do see a Silas as well there, which is really really good because you pick it into the Alistair, and that's the idea, right? That you have a Silas who does all his regular damage, but also has the Alistair you know, immunity and the stat buffs for tankiness as well as having a Seraphine ulti is also just so huge. So I think that's a really good draft adaptation there to go for the Silas. Whether or not it's the top lane or the mid lane, we don't really know yet. But I think it's super interesting that that they identified that, and I think it's really good heads up drafting.
Something that is interesting there from TUD as well is they've also drafted 3 champions, excluding Xayah, that can get out of Jarvan ulti. Like Rakan can get out with the W, Hecarim can ulti it, where I believe if someone's in range, he can E over the wall to get out of it, but Hecarim can get out of it, Silas can get out of it. So Jarvan is not looking as strong as you'd think right now. They do pick the Jinx, which
Yeah.
is again a really nice wombo combo for it, where you pop the Cataclysm and you just 5-man Jinx ulti it. But the Mordekaiser are gonna get locked in there, Squavo. What are we thinking here?
Yeah, I do love a Mordekaiser. We might see a couple of interactions now in this game, though, and it might be very confusing to cast. Where if the Silas takes the Mordekaiser ulti and takes someone else into the Death Realm, then we could have a 2v2 in the Death Realm, which will be exciting to see. It's a pretty unique interaction that these
Do
two
they have their
champions
own
can
little
have.
like domain expansions, like Jujutsu Kaisen, where they have their own little space where they fight in, or is it just the one
Um,
ulti?
no, it's just the one realm. Well, I think it
Ah,
does expand because it depends where you cast it. If you cast it near enough to each other, then it does end up being the same one. But nevertheless, we do see the Camille going into the Mordekaiser, so it will be a Silas in the mid lane against the Seraphine. He knew his matchup, and top lane also knew his matchup. I think this is again really good drafting from TD Daredevils. I do think that the QUB draft has a bit more of an identity now, where they want to pick off a single target and get some Jinx resets. The problem is that they're going to have a lot of trouble actually trying to lock someone down where, as you said, you have a Hecarim or a Rakan. The Xayah has the Featherstorm, and you also have a Silas with a dash. Camille can go unstoppable as well. It's going to be really difficult for Jarvan to actually pick someone out in the fight. But if he does, if he is able to get onto someone really quickly and then snap Seraphine ulti as well, then we could see a lot of catches before they are able to use their cooldowns. I think these drafts are closer, and I want to say that I have hope for QUB. But I do think that TUD have the better draft. And I want to know what you think because I'm nervous that we could be in for 2-0 to kick off the playoffs.
TD Daredevils 1-0 QUB. Gotta fight for their life here if they want to stay in this Ireland Esports Collegiate Series. They gotta try their best here, and they're looking for something. Here is the cheese I was looking for, Squavo. Here it is.
We've been begging for it for so many weeks. Sure, maybe they get it all. No.
Oh, they
It's
got
scouted
spotted
out.
on a ward. I jinxed them. That was all my fault there,
It gets
unfortunately.
scouted out. I mean, they went the very lazy way, right? Where they didn't like walk up through the like on the wall perimeter at all. They just walked through the river, so it's very easy to spot them because they get spotted by the farthest point that the ward can see them because it goes in like a circular motion and it can't see over the wall. So generally, what you're supposed to do is walk along the barren wall so that you won't get spotted immediately. But instead they take the lazy way out, and they you know what, they get punished for it. They don't get anything off their invade, so they do get the ward. So the Jinx is a little bit more XP, but as far as anything else goes, they are left disappointed. So no shenanigans.
No shenanigans early indeed. I'm pretty sad about that, and kind of hope for a bit of spice, but I'll settle. I'll settle for a banger game. That's all I'm saying. I'll settle for a bit of spice in the game itself. But I don't know. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know what's the lane to watch. Really, I guess would be probably. I'd say the top lane matchup could be interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting one where you know, it's kind of a weird one. I would say that Camille has an easier time with trying to exploit the Mordekaiser. If Minion Hunter doesn't really know how to play this match, he could fall victim.
He might do there. Meanwhile, though, we're going towards this bot lane here. Is Crimson Chaos getting taken super low? The Ignite coming out there as well from the Rakan there, and Sprumble forced to use it. Meanwhile, Hecarim passing towards the bot side as well. Maybe he can look to do something there.
Yeah, just the Ignite there. No other sums expended, but they do get a bit of lane control. Yeah, but as I was saying, White Raven, no flash, just the Ignite. We'll have an easier time exploiting the Mordekaiser if the Mordekaiser doesn't know the intricacies of the matchup. As we do see, that was a poor trade because he didn't pop his W and he did get hit by the Camille W and the second Q as well as a grass proc. So it looks as if White Raven might have the knowledge of the matchup over. It's just a matter of whether or not he can win the stat checks as they do come along. But we do see level 2 first on the side of TD, but nothing comes of it, unfortunately.
A lot of damage coming out there onto Crimson Chaos, though, as we did see a serious amount. As Mordekaiser are going to pull the Camille towards, popping that Q. Does have the pass available. What's Camille going to do there? She's looking for something, though. Maybe a bit of damage coming out there. What's Mordekaiser? He's looking for a kill. Does have the flash available. Can maybe get a bit of damage off there with the Q. Maybe flash Q, W or something. But at the moment, I think he's just thinking, okay, it's a good trade for me right now. I'll play it safe. Something of note as well is we do see the Ignite there from White Raven as well, which is available if need be.
Yeah, I do think that it's probably wrong of White Raven to go back in for that that second bit of the fight when you know that the Mordekaiser has the W up. but he does decide to go back in there. And honestly, that is about as bad as it can get for Camille, and it still wasn't like a horrible trade. They do end up on the same health, and he does have that ignite, so that would have cut the shielding as well. But nevertheless, they do trade blows there. Nothing really comes of it, but we might see the two junglers converge on the same side now as they're both pathing towards the mid lane potentially.
They're finding each other there. Meanwhile, on the top lane, though, a bit of damage coming out there, but it's not going to be a kill onto White Raven, who is playing it very cheeky so far. He's kind of overextending a bit, but meanwhile, speaking of overextended, Minion Hunter, maybe he might just get caught here. White Raven absolutely baiting him in here. He is the master of baiting. As you can see, a lot of damage coming out there, and Minion Hunter gets caught for his troubles of overextending there. He just saw red and saw White Raven's low HP and did not think that potentially that was a bait.
Yeah, we might have another game of Minion Hunter potentially getting a bit exploited there, as he was forced again. This time, as a matter of side selection to not get counterpicked, but we do see Leeway now in the bot lane.
Did find the ward. Really nicely done from Sprumble there to find the remaining members, but he is potentially going to get taken out there, and Sprumble going to get taken down by Leeway. Crimson Chaos getting the reset proc there, but not much he can do with it, and
the Jarvan picking up a kill. That is a very exciting thing. He does get the kill there, as he does also have an Iron Spike whip, so that is a very important thing to know here. Is Matrix going quite low in the trade there against Jojo GA?
I kind of thought this match would be fairly heavily Silas favored, but I guess with the amount of poke that Seraphine can output, it's quite hard to get in range of her at all, really.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, right? As he does decide to go in here.
Look at the healing. He doesn't have to go for Conqueror neither, actually. He does have the first strike, so we can't heal off this. But we're going in Yeti, going to find him again. And it's again a case where someone overextends, but this time he missed his E on Jojo GA there. And Jojo GA is just going to walk away there and drop the emote.
Yeah, eat a minion. He's going to be feeling the pain for that one. He only gets the back to his wolves for the troubles here. We do see Minion Hunter could potentially do something here. It doesn't opt to go for the ultimate, but he is kind of establishing himself in this lane. The Camille kind of struggling a bit, but he misses the cannon. No, it's a bit of a disaster. He needs kind of all the gold he can get, because this Camille, once the she does have Sunder, it does get a lot more difficult for the Mordekaiser in this matchup. So yeah, he kind of needs every cannon he can get there, and he will be very disappointed not to pick that one up. So disappointments on either side there.
Definitely think Minion Hunter, even though he does think he's in control of the lane, he was on that wave was kind of just crashing towards the turret anyway. So we did see White Raven kind of just get his level 6 already. He's already a kill up, does have the Sheen completed as well, which is pretty big for him anyway. And I definitely think Minion Hunter is underestimating how much damage he can do right now. We're just about to see, like, look at the damage outputted there by White Raven. Half HP Mordekaiser. Is he going to go lower? He's going to pull him in though, and maybe we get a kill on our own here. We do see the more ulti death round popped for the Mordekaiser. Is he looking for the kill? He's under turret right now, and Mordekaiser knows that he can't actually push for the kill. And White Raven played that super well, but we're not finished here as Hecarim goes in, but does get spotted by Leeway with the counter gang. EQ going in, a lot of damage coming out. Jinx going to land the chompers onto Hecarim there, which is really nice, but we do see Saber Ethan forced to flash 4 members of TUD bot lane. No kills though, and Crimson Chaos going to poke him out there, but nothing comes of it.
Also the first strike, so it doesn't really have enough damage to do much in that fight. Does take the Alistar ulti as well, so he doesn't have another ultimate ability. But White Raven's really playing on the edge in this lane. He is down XP and he is down gold, so he's kind of struggling here. But you know, he needs to be careful. He does have the ignite, but you know, Minion Hunter could go for some kind of flash plays. We do see Crimson Chaos going down, Ben Tennyson, and more chaos.
What is happening right there? That's just got a bit mad. That's 2 kills going over for Crimson Chaos. And I mean, what are TUD going on here? It looks like, if I'm not mistaken here, QUB are off to a good start.
That was super key here, because I did think that the composition on the far ahead. Now they do have a very far ahead bot lane in the form of Ben Tennyson, and Saber Ethan kind of losing his mind here, might go down.
Yeah, Saber Ethan went way over aggressive there. Out comes the Feather Storm from the Xayah, not going to land him, and didn't get the return pulled in time there. Alistair going to escape away with his life there, luckily, just in time.
Yeah, mathematics not going in Ben Tennyson's favor there. Is just too little damage off the Feather Storm there, but he...
Coming out here from Crimson Chaos. not enough though, it looks like. And it was pretty insane what's going on at the moment there. I'm not sure what's the story at the moment though, but it does look like the side of QUB managed to survive that at the moment. Meanwhile, we do see TUD. They are actually still up in gold. It's 1-1 for all the members so far. Zaya now about 15 CS up on Crimson Chaos at the moment as well. Sprumble's here as well. I don't know what the lads are going to do, but Matrix might just find Jojo GA. Does he have the flash? No, but he does have the Seraphine ulti, and out comes the Encore, and it does connect, and it's really nicely done. In comes the Hecarim. He does connect E this time, but it doesn't matter as Jojo GA doesn't connect, and he misses his ulti. That's the second spell Mongolian Yeti has whiffed so far in the game. It's so unfortunate for him, but we're not finished just yet. Mongolian Yeti looking for this Jarvan. Jarvan popping the Cataclysm, flashing out. He says, I'm getting away with my life here. Screw you guys. Not enough damage come through. Jinx Rocket not going to connect neither. It just went wide through the goalposts there. Matrix, though, does manage to walk away, and nothing happens really there.
Yeah, Mongolian Yeti falls victim there to not having any vision there when he pops his ulti. He thought that Jojo GA flashed towards the tower, but Jojo GA actually had flashed towards the jungle, towards his jungler, Leeway, who does then get a bit caught there, has to put him in the baby cage and flash away. And I love looking at people struggling in that cage. You know, they have no way to get out, and they're just standing there. A bit of trading there in the top lane, but nothing too major. But we are starting to see the effects of Camille having that that Cho'Gath ulti on the Q2 there, because we see the grass procs and the sheen procs. It's pretty massive damage.
A lot of damage coming out there. White Raven can do serious amounts right now. He is still 12 CS ahead. It's actually not that much of a deficit as it was last game. I actually think Minion Hunter has a much better shot this game around, but regardless, yeah, we do see Leeway passing towards his bottom side, so maybe we do see a bit of spice in the bottom lane. Something's happening in the top lane, though. A lot of damage coming out there. Out comes the death round. White Raven looking for the kill, and there's no turret to protect him this time. Let's see what they do. Minion Hunter taking super low. Out comes the Q, but the Hextech ultimatum in response, going to take him out. That was so well played and well timed from White Raven there.
Yeah, White Raven sees the isolated Q that's about to hit him in the head and decides to pop the Hextech ultimatum and gives him an ultimatum in the form of a Q2 there with the grass proc. Does just enough damage to take out Minion Hunter in the death realm. I think that is spelling the calling in the time where it's time for Camille to dominate this top lane now. And yeah, it's another game of struggle potentially for Minion Hunter. Will have obviously a lot of impact regardless. With the Mordekaiser ulti does a lot in these fights, so he will be able to take someone out of the fight, but if it is going to be Camille, then he might suffer for it.
Oh, that was a nice flag and drag there to stop Matrix getting over the wall. So well done from Leeway. But he does catch White Raven on the chompers there. Jinx catching him out, and White Raven might go down. Is there enough damage coming through? Maybe not. White Raven, super low, but super alive. Flash there from Matrix, and the members of QUB not finding anyone at the moment, but Mongolian Yeti going forward himself now, also taking super low. You do see a charm coming out there from the Rakan, popping the quickness. A lot of damage come true, but it doesn't matter as Leeway takes out one, takes out two, takes out three. QUB, let's go!
QUB! And Leeway with the lethal tempo on the Jarvan. It was hard to notice because he wasn't getting up to too much, but he does have the lethal tempo there. He just starts whacking on anyone that he can find. Drops the flag onto Matrix, doesn't do quite enough damage, but they decide to extend the fight with Mongolian Yeti jumping in. But when you're extending a fight into the Mordekaiser and you're fighting into that passive, and there's no minions to be seen, no jungle camps, so it's all isolated Qs, and those do a lot of damage regardless of how fed the Mordekaiser is, as we do see him pick up his Rylai's Crystal Scepter there, and it's a 400 goal lead for QUB.
QUB currently in the lead right now. They're a dragon down, but they're up in my hearts. Here they are, 2-0-2 on Leeway. We see 2-2-2 on Minion Hunter. Kills are actually spread relatively evenly at the moment as well. CS discrepancies not as bad this time around, which actually a pretty nice CS lead there for Jojo GA against Matrix in the mid lane as well. Meanwhile, though, we do see Saber Ethan going to find the Rakan. A lot of damage coming through. What is Promo going to do? He's going to survive anyway. And again, making sure TUD trying to stop any hemorrhaging happening here and any more kills going over to QUB, because right now they need to kind of play extra aggressive and extra kind of sure that they're going to get some of these kills. But he goes in and he does find Jojo GA. A lot of damage going out, but the really nice encore from Seraphine onto 3. Doesn't matter. Does get taken out by the Yeti. Saber Ethan super low at the moment, but we do see Zaya going in. Quick, do you see the Feather Storm? Flash Feather Storm is available, and I think TUD say, okay, they're pretty low right now. We're just going to take the dragon, and that's what they opt to do.
Yeah, Matrix PL there, down 2 levels, but it doesn't matter when you hit an ulti like that, as we do see Crimson Chaos also falling victim to just Camille things there from White Raven. It doesn't matter if you're 2 levels down, if you can hit a Jarvan ulti like that, He hits the Q and then puts him in, and it is night for Jojo GA. Mongolian Yeti there also helping out, picks up the kill on that one. And yeah, it's just another back and forth, and suddenly 1k gold back for TUD, and they have 2 dragons. Suddenly not looking too bad. Just a little blunder in the top lane beforehand, but now they're back on track.
TUD at the moment are actually trying to claw their way back into it. 3 kills on White Raven at the moment. I mean, they're playing it really well. I think what Mongolian Yeti has been a bit unlucky in some of the abilities that he's missed that have been quite key in some of the fights, but I mean, he's being aggressive. He's playing as much as he can. He's playing objectives. I mean, besides the couple of whiffed Qs and Auras, he is playing really well at the moment. I definitely think he's doing a lot for the team and putting a lot of ganks forward as well. And it's just making sure TUD don't fall behind here. And right now, as we see, they're about 1,500 gold up at the moment, with next objective going to be the Ocean Soul, which I don't think is too high value, but sure, look. It's not bad to have on the TUD comp. They can go for it. But I definitely think at the moment they need to fear that Camille.
Yeah, that Camille is a problem. I was kind of hyping up this matchup for the majority of the game, but Leeway's here.
Oh my god, that was really well done there. Leeway just making sure it doesn't happen. In comes the Hecarim. Nice ulti landed there from Mongolian Yeti. Leeway next up on the chopping block. Maybe he gets taken. No, he doesn't. Really nice quickness coming in there from Rakan onto 3. But Sprumble's on his own. Sprumble got ignited. Run away, Sprumble. He's alive for now, but Crimson Chaos gets taken out, and it's all gone so wrong for QUB. Double coming out there. The Jinx Rocket from the Silas going to take out the Alistair at the end there. 2 kills going over to TUD, and about 2k goal lead as well.
Yeah, that's a real dagger, or a rocket maybe, in the back of QUB there. One of their own abilities taking them down. Matrix still has a 2-level deficit on Jojo GA because Jojo GA has been very focused on picking up farm, but it doesn't matter. Objective bounties are on the way, and Matrix doing what he can. They're picking up more kills, trying to be a team player, sacking off his own individual lane because it is quite difficult, and instead decides that he is going to make those roams and hit those crucial stolen ultimates, as we did see with that rocket there. And yeah, another point over to TUD now, and it's looking, they're definitely in the driver's seat, looking very nice for them.
Yeah, I mean, you see objective bounties going up there for the side of QUB, and you can just see why, as TUD looking quite strong. White Raven absolutely demolishing Jojo GA with that Q2.
Yeah, anyone in the chat that's ever played top lane has felt one of those before. It just hurts so much, and it's so hard to do anything about because she can just go in.
Oh my god, Jojo GA with the outplay ulti there. Really, really nice encore. As White Raven went in, he did not know what was going to happen there.
Jojo GA does not back down. He doesn't care how much gold he is behind. He doesn't care how fed the Camille is. Perfect flash, perfect encore. Picks up a nice bounty for himself. He's found himself in a position once again alongside Leeway where he will have to be the primary damage dealer, and it is going to be quite the task going up against this Ben Tennyson. We haven't even been able to really talk about much, but has been completely untouched in these fights. 1-0-2 on the Xayah, and has that ghost as well as in the last game, so it is going to be quite the challenge for QUB, but Jojo GA is really up to the task, feeling it now, picking up that kill, and has the Leandries to boot.
Ben Tennyson is currently 54 CS up on Crimson Chaos as well. It's serious at the moment here. 50 CS is huge in AD carry items, as we can clearly see. He's the tier 2 boots, he's the Caulfield's hammer, and he's the cloak of agility as well. He's doing bits at the moment, and I think going untouched in the fights is really all you can ask for with the Xayah going into these mid-game team fights. I think Ben Tennyson is going to be an absolute menace later on, and I also think White Raven in this side lane can do some serious bits. As TUD right now looking to take this Rift Herald and try and maybe put it in the side lane. They do have the tier 1 top turret up as well at the moment, but maybe not for long, as Matrix finding Minion Hunter. Minion Hunter forced to flash out. Did have the death round, but did not think he'd had any chance against Matrix there.
Yeah, just opts against it there because he probably did imagine that the rest of the team could converge quicker than his own team, so just tries to back off there. Does expend the flash, doesn't want it, doesn't really fancy that fight, and we do see TUD there, going about their business in the correct way, as they pick up the Rift Herald, and we do see the dragon coming up now in less than a minute. So they want to put the third dragon, the third stamp in the soul mission there, and they're going to maneuver their way down to the bot lane to try and pick that up as soon as it spawns.
Ocean Dragon on TUD, it's pretty good for them, especially Ocean Soul. So I really think QUB really need to be extra careful to not give Soul over. I mean, Soul's already a problem. Add on top of that the fact that they get an early Elder Dragon as well if they keep doing what they're doing, and it's not very fun for QUB later on if they don't stop this.
Yeah, it will be pretty crucial that QB try to get a bit of a hold on the dragon here. But I do think that there's a little bit of false sense of security here on QB as they are being converged on now, and just looking for the engagement. Matrix goes in.
Matrix going, is that his own death realm? Yeah, he's popping the stolen more death realm onto Jojo GA. Is he going to take him out? The E going to connect. He takes out that mid laner. Oh my god, this is not going to go well for QUB. His minion hunter super low at the moment. Sprumble over the wall. He can't get the kill. All QUB members are so low. Down goes 1, down goes 2, down goes 3, down potentially goes 4. He gets 1 back, and luckily, nice shutdown kill onto Ben Tennyson, which is some kind of something back for the side of QUB, but overall, Rift Herald going to put in some work, and a 3rd dragon. That is more than TUD could have hoped for.
Yeah, just as I said, an absolute false sense of security there for QUB, as they think that they're that TUD are backing off there, and they don't really have the vision to affirm that claim one way or the other. But they do decide to go onto the dragon. They feel as if they're going to need something, an objective Benny perhaps. We saw Mongolian Yeti kind of biding his time, waiting in the wings there, as we do see the Rift Herald doing a massive amount of damage there. A perfectly played macro decision there from Mongolian Yeti to decide to spawn that Herald before that fight, and then hits the perfect ulti in. They have so much vision that bot side that they knew exactly how that fight was going to play out, and it is a absolute masterclass there, macro-wise for TUD, and they lulled QB into a fight that they were never really going to win.
I think TUD could bait Baron on spawn, to be honest, but how strong this team is right now, I definitely think they could bait Baron on spawn.
Yeah, 100%. We've seen Matrix really come back into the game XP-wise, as he picked up that solo kill, let's not forget, on Jojo GA as well, in the Death Realm. He's really picked himself up off the ground, has Matrix, and it went from being kind of a support in this in these fights, just kind of trying to CC, into being a very key member there, as the good buffer there from White Raven comes out from the Encore on Jojo GA. But yeah, as you said, I think that this Baron could definitely be baited if they decide to go for it, but they're playing particularly safely. Gonna let Mongolian Yeti recall here, pick up his stride breaker there that he just completed, and now they can look to do some serious damage.
A lot of damage items coming through. Speaking of Matrix, he did complete the Cosmic Drive while he recalled there a second ago. Currently on 2 items. Dead even right now with Jojo GA. Maybe even a bit more so in the driver's seat, considering he's got the Cosmic Drive, which is a nice item as well. So it is definitely back for TUD. They're definitely in the driver's seat. Currently 6k gold ahead as well, and this did not continue to go the way of QUB with some of the gold, as we do see the quickness coming out there, the knock-up coming out there onto Saber Ethan. It's so unfortunate, trying to check a brush. It's standard stuff here from TUD. You walk a bit too aggressively and you just get collapsed on, and all you need is 1 pick for a Baron, and that's what TUD are going to do, as they do look for the Baron.
Yeah, Saber Ethan's having a tough night, goes there trying to find some more vision and finds another death onto the KDA. I don't think QUB are going to let this go lightly, though. They see the Camille in the bot lane with no TP, they're going to try and fight this.
3k, they're demolishing this Baron, by the way. Smite up available as well for Mongolian Yeti. That's a free Baron, and we've something to note there is White Raven is now pushing bot lane with Baron and paired minions, which is seriously important, but I don't think TUD are opting to stop recalls here or let him push any further. I don't really think they need to, because he's so strong.
No, they're playing this incredibly by the book now, going to recall, get their items, and try to force a 4-1. Potentially, they could also 1-3-1 with the Silas if they want Silas to match the Seraphine. We will see how they kind of look to go about this, as we do see the Camille pinging towards the bot lane, as far as I'm aware, going to walk through that jungle there, and we do see the 3 core members there, Matrix, Ben Tennyson, and Sprumble walk down the bot lane. So it looks like it's going to be a standard 1-4-0 on the side of TUD now, as they go searching for some inhibitors potentially, and they're going to look to put the finishing touches on what has been a pretty good series for them.
I think Daredevils are really making a statement here against QUB at the moment. QUB were a fairly decent team going into this, to be honest. And I mean, I already rated TUD very highly. I said Daredevils overperformed, and I mean, TUD Daredevils are proving it right now. All the haters for trying to say otherwise, well, look what you've just done here. I've just said it. It's just happened. TUD Daredevils are just showing up when they need to. This is from players who I don't think I've seen much of in collegiate tournaments before. So they haven't played college level tournaments. I think this is for all the members together. It's the first Ireland Esports Collegiate Series anyway. So, and I mean, getting playoffs and knocking out a team here so comfortably for TUD Daredevils would look really good on the CVs for the lads at the moment. Meanwhile, though, White Raven having 4 members of QUB try to collapse on him here to get something. Meanwhile, though, the other members of TUD see this and are thinking, okay, let's try and take bot inhibitor here as they're pushing for the bot tier 2. White Raven trying to get as much time as he can. Can he save a bit of time? Maybe, I don't know. He does have TP, but a lot of damage coming out there. The Hextech Ultimatum not going to do enough, though, as Crimson Chaos picks up a kill. But a lot of damage coming down on this turret means at least one turret going to go over to TUD there.
Yeah, that is the magic of the 4-1, isn't it? That you know, you get 5 people going onto your Camille because they know that they can take that down, but look how much they're going to suffer for it. Almost another inhibitor if they're feeling confident, but they might be baiting a fight that they maybe can't win here, but they are going to go aggressive here onto the inhibitor.
All ultis are available right now, but a really nice 3-man knock-up coming out there from Saber Ethan means a lot of damage coming out. But the stolen ulti getting popped there by Matrix means he knocked 3 members there as well. A lot of damage coming through. TUD doing a lot right now, but they're losing members. They just lost Yeti. They did take out the Jarvan, but what for Matrix next on the chopping block? We do see Sprumble super low as well. Jinx's resets, but Crimson Chaos gets taken out by Ben Tennyson. Right there with the recall of the E. Really nicely done. Sprumble alive as well. 2 for 3 in favor of TUD in a 4v5, and White Raven, who did not fight this in the 4v5, is now saying, well guys, you do the hard work, I'm gonna reap the rewards, as he demolished the turret there. And he's just thinking, hey look, I'm gonna end the game myself. Ben Tennyson says, you know you're not, I'm gonna help you. Immediately takes out Mordekaiser, taking out the turret. White Raven is dead, but the chances of ending the game are not. Saber Ethan trying to stop them from ending the game here, as serious damage coming out here from Ben Tennyson. Big waves. Leeway and Jojo GA are alive though, and I don't think he can do it. Leeway looking for the kill. Are they trying to stay alive? A lot of damage coming out here. Members are up. Matrix does not have the TP, keep in mind here. And the dragon is up for soul, so they're going to convert 2 inhibitors into a dragon soul, and that was just so well done from TUD there in a 4v5.
Yeah, really great heads-up play there from White Raven as well to TP after the fact. And, you know, our Crimson Chaos picked up a couple shutdowns, now has the IE, and I really thought was going to get that last one on Sprumble as well, but just gets taken out by the call back on the feathers there. So gonna go down, and yeah, really nice heads-up play from White Raven. Just runs out of minions before they have a chance to end, but they are going to get an Ocean Soul, which, you know what, isn't a bad consolation prize for not being able to end the game.
I mean, yeah, especially with Baron up in 2 minutes. All they really need to do now is just go top lane, take the last tier 2, take the inhibitor, and they can just sit back and let the minions do their magic.
Yeah, they're very much in the driver's seat. Probably going to keep 1 member back just to keep the mid and bot waves pushed in, but it will be fairly standard business now going towards that top lane if they have their macro boots on. As we do see Mongolian Yeti stealing away if you can. Might get caught for it though.
We do see Silas is in the bot lane at the moment. Matrix does not have TP, by the way, so I'm not too sure what he's thinking here. Maybe he thinks he can just backdoor and end the game, and that's exactly what he's thinking. Keep an eye on Matrix. He's pinging in. Keep an eye bot lane. Look what he's doing. No one's there. Seraphine coming back, but this fight's going on. Just watch Matrix on your minimap, guys. Watch Matrix. He's going there. Xpeke in the middle lane, in that Nexus turret. We're not sure what the HP's like, but it doesn't matter. Matrix is in that bot lane. He's going to end the game on his own. TUD Daredevils take this series in a backdoor from Matrix.
Yeah, they kind of take the fun right about it, don't they? I do think that game would have wrapped up fairly nice and easily with them winning that top fight regardless. But, you know, Matrix decides that he really wants to put his mark on that game there. After having a pretty suspicious start to that game, going 2 levels down to Jojo GA, suddenly picks up 5 kills, ends the game on 5 kills, but another key kill that he gets at the end there, that Nexus, the last hit. Jojo GA can't do anything about it, and Matrix puts TUD Daredevils straight in to the playoff semi-finals.